Sweet, we are a go.
Still?
Going this way?
Yeah.
This has got to be the most overdue podcast.
It's taken forever, hasn't it?
One thing's led to another.
To be fair though, the last few weeks there's been like loads going on. You was ill, and last week it was a nightmare for me and stuff. So it's just taken a while on it. But we finally got Mikey Moon on.
But even today was a nightmare because you got the wrong Westbourne roads.
So we thought he was helping Mikey, right? So Mikey lives in Cleveland. So he was like, "Oh yeah, we'll come to Westbourne Road in Cleveland." And
I didn't say in Cleveland.
You didn't say in
Mikey
Cleveland.
came to Westbourne Road in Blackpool, and we went to Cleveland. So yeah,
I've never been to Westbourne Road in Blackpool. That was an experience.
yeah. So anyway, we have another episode of that podcast, and we've got Mikey Moon. So I sort of know you, but through Andy.
Yeah.
Through
training
and judging, to be honest.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's how I sort of met you, just with being with Andy. But how did you sort of come across?
Well, through Claire. Claire knew you from 42.
Yeah. And she used to come and train, yeah.
And then when we started picking up high rocks a little bit, me and Claire, Mikey stepped in and helped us out, ran a few sims with mainly Claire, but both of us.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's done some training with us. We'll touch on it later that we call it Mikey Moon class, don't we? Mikey Moon workout.
Yeah, it got a bit easier when I moved to JD, didn't it? So we spent a bit more time then, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're at JD in Cleveland now, aren't
In
you?
Cleveland now, yeah, but I did do a few in Blackpool as well. So right at the start when I first joined JD, I split myself between both gyms.
You were PT in there as well then?
The Blackpool one,
Yeah.
No, I was just running classes there.
Right, okay.
Then it was kind of got to the stage where I'm quite busy now at Cleveland, so it's a bit untenable to drive.
With your own clients as well as classes, or do you just take your own classes now?
To be honest, I don't work for JD anymore, so I just do freelance now. So it's been much easier.
How does that work then? Because it's probably really that simple. We obviously see PTs in JD all the time.
Yeah.
In JD uniform.
So we still have to wear the uniform.
But you don't work for JD. It's like renting a space like if you're a barber or a tattoo.
Yeah, pretty much. So essentially the way the JD model, the way it works is you do hours, you can trade your hours in.
Right.
So you can do 12 hours and you don't pay any rent, or you can pay the rent.
Right, okay.
And so for me I like my freedom. So I like to work my diary around kind of what I want to do and my son and stuff. So
anything over 12 hours becomes your own diary?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So for me it was more, I don't really want to do the 12 hours anymore.
Right.
I'd almost got myself to a stage where I was busy enough to not do them as well.
Yeah, just with your own
clients. To pay the rent, yeah. So it was an easy decision really to kind of buy 12 hours a week back.
Right, okay.
Rather than be there for 12 hours, and to be honest, it's great. It's a great little model at the start because you can get your feet under the desk and you can
get clients
comfortable in the gym, and there's no sort of obligation to pay the rent, and you just kind of work it off, which is great.
Yeah.
But eventually you can buy that back and not work, which is something I really wanted to do from the start, really, is have those 12 hours a week back, because I don't want to be finishing at 10 o'clock at night.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Shift work, isn't it?
Yeah. Shift. I don't particularly want to be doing that.
Do they have to have certain employees on those packs, or can it just be?
Not really. You can kind of. You do get told, like, obviously peak times are the most important.
Yeah.
Like, you need employees on at peak times to kind of make sure the weights are being put back, because people still don't know how to do that. And
difficult. Difficult to put weights back after you use it.
Honestly, I could do a full podcast about that, I think.
That is an actual bugbear of mine. Like, we go into the gym, sorry to interrupt, Mikey.
No, you're fine.
We all go into the gym. If we go to set a session up and there's weights out, it's like, how can you not just put the weight back after you used it?
Always have to clean up.
Always as well. Like, maybe talking out of turn as well, I think, like, it's probably the most arrogant display I could imagine of, like, someone's just going to pack my stuff back up. So I think it's like drives me insane. But anyway, keeps me in the job.
I think it's gone worse well since it's gone 24 hours, because we are early birds. We get there for 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
You get there first thing before staff arrive, and it's all over the place.
I do say that about the Blackpool one, because kind of fighting a losing battle straight away, because it's not staffed.
Yeah.
From like 10 till 6. it's like a losing battle straight away. Whereas because ours is sort of open only 6 till 10. Someone's in the gym all the time. So
Yeah. Do you think they'll look to change that? Because it's a busy gym, isn't it?
it does get busy. I'm not sure because I don't really know how it works, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not really sure how it what the requirements are to make it 24 hours.
Fair enough.
But I think it would get busier if it was 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or even, to be honest, just half an hour earlier. I always find like 6 o'clock's quite. People are in a bit of a rush.
Because we started at 6, but we're in at like 22.
Yeah, you want to start. You want to get in and put your stuff down and get sorted. But I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully it'll change.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your fitness so far, Mikey. You know, you do high rocks, you're running.
Yeah.
Give us a little brief rundown of like when it really started getting serious for you.
Well, so I've always been in decent shape, to be fair. I moved to America when I was 18. Moved out there on like a scholarship for football.
All right.
Or,
Okay.
like soccer, but our football. So I moved out there when I was 18. And that's probably when I first started taking like strength and conditioning seriously, because obviously it's a big thing out there. They train from very, very young. So immediately, like when we go out there, what we have technically, like technical ability, football wise, like they make up for so much in their like physical attributes. They're so strong, they're so fast.
I think with it being they're made to be football, American football.
Yeah.
They need that, don't they?
Yeah, and they're training with weights from like 13, which has kind of still been up until recently. Yeah, it's been a bit taboo in the UK. So physically they were miles ahead.
Right.
So obviously, like us getting on strength and conditioning programs, seeing how programming worked, seeing how it was benefiting. I think that's when I first got into really like actual training, if that makes sense. Like, I played football, so you do your odd pre-season and whatever, but actual training.
So what level of football were you playing at before you moved to America then?
I'm going to say, who were you playing for to be able to get a scholarship?
So I played over here, I've played like small leagues, so like local leagues. And then they came into our college.
You might as well.
No, I was at Blackpool Filed.
Right, okay.
They come in and done this presentation. And me and my dad sort of sat down with it. My dad's always been like, very much, if you want to do something, quite go and do it.
Yeah.
So he grew up in Zambia. In Africa, he lived there for like 17 years. My granddad worked over there. So it's very much like, just go and do it. So we talked about it and talked about maybe the potential avenues over here.
Yeah.
Uni, all that sort of stuff. And it was just better to go out there. Bit of an experience, stand on my own 2 feet, kind of.
So you went out on your own?
Yeah.
How long were you there for then?
So I moved out and went to a junior college because I kind of, like every kid, I think, lost about my GCSEs. Wasn't a naughty kid at school, but I was very much bare minimum. Yeah. Like I'd do enough to kind of get through it, yeah. And then, other than that, my watch hasn't started. It's not going to count.
I just literally turned mine. I thought it was beeping.
No, it wasn't.
We go out this morning on the run club, right? And I didn't put mine on for a Strava segment. Well, how am I not started my watch?
No,
I'm filming.
I've only been doing like 17 seconds.
Yeah, I've done 50 metres so far.
Anyway,
Sorry, go on.
Sorry.
America.
I moved to a junior college because obviously I was bare minimum kid at school, bare minimum kid at college, just doing enough to get out there basically. And then, so I had to go to like a junior college and basically bump up the grades pretty much. And so I went to Kansas for that. It actually turned out being amazing because that was probably the college that made me grow up as much. Yeah, like the coach was brilliant. We had a lot of responsibilities. It was very like serious. Yeah. Which is great for me. I need like that structure. Yeah. So it was serious for us, which was great, and we ended up winning national championship, we did amazing. Like Arizona, we had the finals there. My mum and dad came out to watch us.
Wow.
It was great. And then I moved to Texas for 2 years after that.
Wow.
So obviously, the way the system works is like a junior college, which is 2 years, and then you go to a bigger college, which is a 4-year school.
Yeah.
So if my grades had been good, I'd have been able to go straight into the 4-year school. But sort of do junior college first, and then you do your last 2 years of college at normal college.
That's really good.
And that was amazing as well.
Great experience.
Great weather as well, mate.
So why did you pick Texas? So did Kansas offer you the offer, but
No,
Texas came in and
Kansas was only a 2-year school, so I had to leave after my sophomore year anyway. So after my second year, and to be honest, like it was a bit of a financial decision really, because I did actually all right in my grades. You kind of gets drilled into you to get the best results possible over there.
Yeah, you see it on telly, but they make it very like you can't do this without that grade.
Yeah,
You need it.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
So obviously you stop kind of dicking about really, and you just make sure you do it. And then basically the reason I went to Texas in the end was got offered a full scholarship, so
Amazing.
wouldn't have to pay for any schooling at all.
Fantastic.
So it was a bit of an easy decision really, because my mum and dad had obviously helped me pay for the first lot.
Yeah.
Because there's no student loans out there.
I take it you was working while you was out there as well then?
Yeah, but you can only work on campus.
Oh really?
So like you can't work in I can't go and get a job at McDonald's or whatever.
Oh wow.
They leave that for American students. So with the student visa that I had, I could only work on campus out there, or maybe like if someone was doing a bit of a cash job or whatever, then you could do that.
Yeah.
But like we couldn't do it. So I ended up having to work in libraries, be a residential assistant, like all this stuff.
On campus, yeah.
Yeah, which was great actually, because we look back and all of those skills have helped us to do what I've managed to do.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, you're still playing football in Texas as well.
yeah. So still did really well. Qualified for a national tournament in Florida.
Oh, amazing.
We did well. But I think it started to become not hard work, but it was just it wasn't as regimented as the first school.
Yeah.
So
More relaxed.
a little bit, yeah. And I can deal with that. It's not a problem. It's just when you're a
So you like
20-year-old lad,
Yeah.
That can go out and have a beer and have a bit of fun, spring break and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of get lost a little bit. But yeah, no, so then I come back when I was 22 and then worked in a hotel for a little bit, going to PT.
Nice.
And your son actually told us what position you played in football.
Oh, yeah. That's because I was on the bench.
Bench warmer.
No, I went out there as a centre mid and then got moved to a left back. Who probably wasn't good enough to play centre midfield.
Okay.
And because I was quite fit, left back was easy. It's just a lot of attacking work, bombing up and down and stuff, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I did actually play. I played quite a bit. Images of Waterboy on the side.
And high rocks, you've done quite a lot of high rocks, haven't you?
I've done a couple, yeah. So I've done, I lose count, The first one was in Hamburg in 2023.
Yeah.
And
we're looking to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's class.
Yeah.
It's such a class city. And I think I did Copenhagen. They were my first kind of two.
Solos.
Yeah, solos, yeah. And they were the making of me a little bit, because I think I went on my own, travelled to Hamburg by myself, and this was when I still had forward so I travelled to Hamburg by myself.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal for me, because I've never, as much as I've lived on my own in America, we were part of a team, so you don't do stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was you know, going out for tea by myself was a big deal in the city. Now, 'cause I'm from Fleetwood originally. It's a small town. You know, you don't go out to eat by yourself, really. And then just doing stuff out and, you know, like navigating things by myself.
Using a metro, using a subway, using the overground.
Yeah, and I've travelled in America, so I'm a decent traveller anyway, like by myself. But having the confidence to go out to eat, I think it was.
Yeah.
You know, I think things like that made a massive difference to, like, even though it's something that seems quite small, I think, it made a massive difference to, like, self-confidence of being able
100%.
to go out and just sit in a restaurant by myself and think, actually, no one is looking at me, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I've done a couple of those. I did quite well in Open as well. I think my fastest time was 1:03 in London.
Wow, that's great.
And then sort of went into the pros after that, like the pro bit, and did Cardiff, like, on the back of that, because you guys were there, weren't you, for Cardiff?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in Cardiff, yeah.
So done Cardiff on the back of that London one. It was probably only about a month later. So I'd done well with that as well, because I got 1:13. I got a 2-minute penalty. Which
In a pro solo?
Yeah, I got a 2-minute penalty though, so I think, as much as I slate people for doing it, I think I went in.
I've done that.
I think I got 2 minutes for it, but
I got 2. It really makes no difference.
no, it doesn't. No, but
My head had gone and it was in burpees. I got to the end of the burpees, I just ran out.
I think mine was lunges, you know.
Was it?
But anyway, I got 1:13 there, so I'm still quite happy, even though, like, I was a bit gutted about the penalty.
Yeah.
And then I've done Manchester more recently. That's probably my closest one, and that was just dreadful. I had a nightmare with that one. But I probably, if I'm being hypercritical, I probably wasn't in the right headspace.
What was that one for? Manchester, sorry.
Yeah, mate, yeah. So
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
I was probably a bit more, I was unprepared, to be honest. And I think I'm a firm believer that when you put work in, and when you do something, like when you compete, it's like a product of how hard you've worked in the build up to it. And then for me, obviously, I just hadn't worked hard enough and it was a disaster. And I think sometimes I've maybe got a bit arrogant because I was quite good and I was quite quick and I was running quite fast.
Yeah.
I probably just slacked off a little bit, I think, to be a bit more like, well, I'll just kind of coast through it. And it got found out massively, battered me.
Well, I say, sometimes if you're mentally not there, not every day can be your best day, can it?
No, exactly.
And it's always different as well. We've said on the day, every factor makes a difference.
Oh, mate, do you know what? Just something so small. And I find that I'm quite a calm person normally.
Yeah.
I'm quite laid back. I'm very much like, whatever kind of happens in an event, you kind of get ready for. But I got to sled pull and there was no chalk. And I don't know why. My head just exploded. And I don't even know why it did. I can't explain it, but it was just a disaster,
though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then to be honest, I was just surviving from there. So it was a bit rough, to be honest.
I always know, though, after the first run, how I'm going to do for the rest of the race.
Yeah,
You can feel top shape coming, like, just in the starting lineup. But until you actually start running, that's when you really know whether you're fit today or
that's
not.
it, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. And suddenly, like, things start hurting that don't normally, and
Yeah.
you know, you're very aware of your breathing.
Yeah, that illness that's been started in your stomach that you've not actually realised yet. So you start running, it all comes out. And
Yeah. But yeah, to be honest, it was just, I think a lot of it, to be honest, was just bad prep on my part. So whilst I can maybe say, like, oh, I wasn't quite right, or I wasn't doing this, I think I wasn't quite right because I knew that I hadn't done enough.
And that's honestly coming from a PT as well.
Yeah. I think I knew that about 2 weeks out, I think I felt it where I was like, I'm not going to be fast enough. Do you know what? And I hadn't done what I'd needed to do. Yeah, too many missed sessions, or you know,
Focusing on wrong things.
Yeah, exactly. And a bit of work creeping in here, and you know.
But life takes over, doesn't it? This isn't our full time at the end of the day.
It does, and so, especially because Carter's like started school now.
That's your little boy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just chaos, mate. Honestly. So,
have you got any more lined up events? Not high rocks, just in general.
Not high rocks. To be honest, it's judging season now, so
it is.
It's chaos for me. So I'll be judging quite a bit. Deadly Dozen and hybrid games. So
thank fire. So I'll just look at cameras off tilt. Sorry.
So I'll be doing those more.
Yeah.
And then probably Birmingham, I think. But I've got an ultra as well.
Why is he competing in Birmingham in October?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. And then I've got an ultra marathon coming up in September.
I think you'll get Claire involved.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully she'll do well. We've talked about doing doubles together, so
if Claire watches this, and that's the expectation that you expect her to do high rocks double.
To be honest, she's expecting me to do it, so
that's on you, Mikey.
Yeah.
Exclusive now. There you go.
Yeah.
You're watching.
Yeah,
it's on.
The pressure will be on me, I think, because she's good. She's really good. She's fast.
Yeah.
So it'll be me chasing her around, I think.
Nice. Back into it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice.
I know you mentioned then, and we won't touch on it too much, but you mentioned Fortitude.
Yeah.
Now, you were a part of that when that opened, wasn't it?
Yeah, so from the start.
Yeah, when was that? When did that open?
2017. So I'd have been
10 years.
26, 25. That's mad. 25. So yeah, it was crazy.
What made you want to start your own gym?
Yeah.
You were PTing at the time. What made you take that step to say I want to own my own gym?
Natural progression, isn't it? And I suppose, like, looking back now, you don't know what you don't know, do you? So I think I had such a good little life PTing. You know, I was kind of dictating my own hours, whatever.
Yeah.
But 25-year-old kid, you always want a bit more, don't you? So for me, like, that natural progression was like owning a gym. I thought it'd be really cool to do that, like have a gym. And it was something I probably looked at for about a year or so, probably prior to open Fortitude. Yeah.
How did you find it? How was it, like, mentally? Was it taxing? Was it harder than you thought it was going to be?
To have a gym?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So much harder than you think it's going to be. Like, I think there's just, like I said, probably a bit of naivety on my part. I think, well, I'm going to own a gym. How hard can it be?
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing anyway.
Yeah, how hard can it be? And then obviously, I mean, even though it's a good gym, even though it's a good business to run, it's still a business.
Yeah.
You've still got its struggles. Find customers, pay rent, put the electric on.
Yeah.
Staff it.
Yeah, staff it, deal with the staff, like, deal with members, all that sort of stuff. Whereas beforehand, I'm like, well, oh yeah, I've got a business.
Yeah.
I've got a PT business. I'll be that much difficult. I'm dealing with like one person at a time.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe like an adjustment on a meal plan or things like that. You know, here we're dealing with like a leaky roof, and you know, oh, this bit of kit's broken, the treadmill's broken, you've got to fix it and stuff like that. But I mean, I think the first kind of look I got into it was when we first opened. So we were looking at a company for a kit, to hire kit from.
Okay.
So this is a brand new gym, not a previously built gym. It's a brand new gym.
No, brand new, yeah. It's a warehouse over here.
Yeah.
So we go and we get this kit financed from this company. Yeah. It's all good. Pay the deposit. They liquidate the company. We don't get any kit.
Jesus.
Like, and it was like the first kind of
Lost your money as well, right?
realization, yeah. First kind of realization of like, oh, playing with like big kids now.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just dossing about. I mean, this like stuff's gonna really happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, we recovered from that though. In the first couple of years, where mate, it was class. It was absolutely class. We did really well.
Yeah.
Doing okay. All of us like individually as well, like we were doing good. And then it kind of when COVID hit, we kind of just, it was really hard, you know, and I didn't know.
No one could come in, could they?
No, and I think it'd be like, I don't want to make excuses because everyone's life is the same, but for me anyway, it was like all I'd known 60, 70 hours a week,
not being able to do anything.
and to go from that to doing like nothing,
Yeah.
it was like quite hard. And I was probably the same as everyone else. Like, we'll be open in a couple of weeks, it'll be fine. Like, just. But then obviously we weren't. I think we were shut for a year.
Wow.
You know, like collectively between the amount of lockdowns.
Yeah.
I think we were shut for about a year, which
It's massive, isn't it?
it was solid.
I'd say,
Absolutely solid.
I guess it was, like, say, mentally though as well for you.
Yeah, like financially it was hard, but then like just being at home and doing like nothing. So I ended up looking at going to my mate's corner shop in Fleetwood and just doing a few hours there, you know, and just ending up kind of trying to stay as busy as possible. And
I imagine it was the worry of the business as well, though.
it was a little bit, yeah, it was a little bit, just like, but more it was. I think it was more just
Not do anything.
yeah. To be honest, I'm the kind of person that's usually very much like, we'll be fine, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
So like the business being shut, although it was stressful, I kind of just believed that it was going to be
That was
okay.
the difficult part for you.
Yeah, I just thought,
Right,
I'll be
okay.
fine, it'll open up in a couple of months.
Fair enough.
For me, it's like I have a very busy brain. I'm really busy.
You've got to be doing something.
Yeah, so sometimes, like, but then also sometimes when I'm with my own thoughts for too long, I start being like, oh, we're doing enough.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this isn't what I kind of want, all that sort of stuff. So it was a rough time all over, really.
And how are you trying to support the gym members? Were you offering them things? Well,
Yes, we did a couple of options for them, really. It's hard, and maybe with like hindsight, you'd do it differently, or I think everyone would do something differently with hindsight.
Yeah.
And
That's the whole point of it.
so we tried to figure out the fairest way, which was you can continue to pay your membership, which we would really appreciate, obviously, because we're a small business. You know, you can cancel it, or you can kind of pause it.
Yeah.
And so we tried to give people the option of what they wanted to do, because at the same time, I say, like, we try and do right by everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people trying to do right by us as well. So a lot of people said to us on the night that we shut, like, don't cancel my membership, keep it running.
Yeah.
Trying to help you out.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really good.
Well, it was just amazing. I think like it speaks to what Fortitude was.
Yeah, the community
It's like,
built up.
yeah, absolutely. And then obviously the longer it went on, I mean, rightly so. Like, I don't want to say people's goodwill runs out, 'cause it's probably the wrong phrase, but
The pockets do though.
so
Other people were not working at the same time.
yeah, so it gets tough for everybody, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
you know, as we carry on, the more cancellations come in, which I totally get, and that's absolutely fine. But that's when it probably started getting harder for me. 'Cause I was like, there's nothing we can do, can't advertise because we haven't got anything.
Yeah. So you've got the isolation, mental aspects, you've got financial aspects coming in now.
I think the only like saving grace was like my partner at the time, Tara. Me and her, we got this little cat, Oliver, who was class, and then we decided off the back of that to have Carter.
Yeah.
To try.
Was this during COVID then?
Yeah, so probably just right at the end. He was born right at the end,
Right.
and that was like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Obviously, I mean, he's my little boy, so.
And if you ever look at Mikey's Instagram, Carter is his world.
Yeah, he
you
is,
can just see it
so-
from Instagram.
you know,
you don't need Mikey to tell you that. You can see it from the
Yeah.
Instagram.
Do you know, we were out yesterday, and he goes in the stream and he slipped, right? He goes underwater in this ice cold water.
Oh, no.
And I said to him in the car on the way back, I was like, I love him to bits, but he's getting harder and harder every week to keep him alive. It's like a constant battle just trying to keep this feral child alive. Right. But yeah, so he was born just on the back end in 2021.
Right. Okay.
And that was like, for me, it was like purpose was back, I guess. So kind of moped about a bit and stuff like that. And Tara was still working.
Gave you something to focus on.
100%, yeah. So when he came, and to be honest, like my whole outlook on life changed. You know, in this little child's like sat in your arms crying or whatever.
Solely dependent on you.
Yeah, and you're not number one anymore.
No, exactly.
You're second now.
Exactly, and a lot of things kind of fell down the pecking order, and work was probably one of them a little bit, because kind of you're trying to still do the right things at work, but for me, like, being at work was being at work, and I probably kidded myself probably the first couple of years of like, oh, if I'm at work, I'm working, whereas actually a lot of the time I was just doing nothing. You know, I wasn't being very productive. And I had a client who's done really well for himself. He's got a lot of businesses, he's doing good. And he said to me, I remember him saying it to me, and it was perfect. He was like, when you've stopped your to-do list, when you've finished it, stop making it more. Like, stop finding more things to do. Just go home. And I was like, honestly, mate, that bit of advice has like saved my mental state 100%. Because I used to be the kind of person that would finish my to-do list and add like 6 more things to it.
Or 8 things.
And they were just like, it was just rubbish.
Not needed.
It was rubbish, yeah. It was like junk work, yeah. So I wasn't even getting anywhere with what I was doing. You know, and there I'm going, oh, I'm going to redesign this, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, it doesn't need fixing. So I was probably a little bit, I don't know, workaholic probably. But when Carter come, it got even harder for me, because it was like, I want to be at home with him. And like, when I'm not at home, I'm thinking, oh, I want to do with being back there. And when I got home, I would be thinking about work.
Yeah.
And the endless tasks.
Just a vicious cycle.
Yeah, the endless tasks that I designed for myself that I didn't even need to do. And I ended up going to work then and feeling guilty for being at work. And then going home and feeling guilty for being at home. And I was kind of ended up in a phase where I wasn't really doing either thing very well. I wasn't at home very well, and I wasn't at work very well. And I kind of ended up in this cycle. And to be honest, it's probably about a year and a half.
Oh, really?
Before I decided to leave the gym. But where I just wasn't doing anything. I wasn't really productive at work. I didn't have many clients. I wasn't productive at home. I wasn't a particularly great dad. I think I'm a decent dad, don't get me wrong, but at the time I probably wasn't as
we all have our ups
present.
And downs,
yeah, I probably wasn't as present as I probably could have been.
It's great that you're talking about these mental health issues you had during, obviously, owning a business during COVID, starting with a newborn baby. But at the time, obviously, you're freely speaking about it now, but at the time, did you have someone to speak to? Could you offload onto anyone a week?
Yeah, a little bit. Tara was great, to be honest. Yeah, Tara was really good. My parents have always been incredible, like genuinely incredible. But I'm kind of like, I'm quite closed off anyway. I'm quite private. Yeah. I don't really like to.
I think most men are though, aren't
they? And we're all kind of struggling with this thing that's just kind of popped up. You know, he's like 9 months to 18 months, and he's just there, and he's walking, he's crying, he's doing everything that and everyone's kind of just looking at him going, what do we do with this? You know, you know, when you have your first, it's like, it's just a guessing. It's a guessing game, isn't it? Yeah.
And, as well prepared as you can be, and as much as everyone tells you babies are hard, you don't realise how hard until you have your first.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, so eventually kind of like decided to leave the gym and sort of, I guess, try and find like a bit of a boost. And to be honest, get
yourself back on track.
Yeah, to be honest, I felt about stopping in the fitness industry completely and just maybe, I don't know, going and doing something else. But to be honest, I don't know what else I'd do. I've been a PT since I was 23.
Yeah.
You know, and before that I've played football, so I was a bit like, well,
fitness has always been.
Yeah, I don't actually know what I'd do, but I did think about it. I had an interview in Manchester with a company to go there, to PT actually, and it was a good setup. I'd just been employed as a PT, wouldn't have had to do anything like that. Anyway, it didn't quite materialise, and it was a bit of a blessing really, because I decided to go by myself.
Yeah,
and then, you know, since then it's been great. Obviously, it's hard. Like doing anything's difficult, isn't it? But it's easier. It's kind of on my terms of I don't have set opening times. I don't have set closing times. I can do.
You can work your
life around.
I was just about to say you can work your life around your work.
Exactly. Because obviously me and Tara aren't together anymore, so I have him 50% of the week. So for me, it's like it's hard to kind of. I don't want to be working when I've got him, and I know obviously I've started to kind of realise that that's just the nature of the beast, and you've got to work.
Yeah.
But I'm quite fortunate in what I do for a living that I can kind of build it around dropping him at school and picking him up from school, taking him to rugby this morning, like all that kind of stuff. I'm lucky that I can do that. But yeah, so left the gym about, nearly 2 years ago now? 2 years ago in June.
Do you think, though, if it weren't for COVID, there'd still be a fortitude now?
I don't know, honestly. I think if it wasn't for COVID, I think I'd have a better view. I think we'd have probably continued to grow, which is.
It sounds like you're doing really well up to it.
We were doing really well up to it, yeah. And I think we'd have maybe continued to grow, continued in a different direction. And yeah, maybe I would have been a little bit more, I don't know, content with what I had. At the time, though, it was very much like, well, my headspace cannot get any worse. So you kind of just jump and see what you can do, really. Yeah. And luckily for me, I've jumped and landed on my feet, which is good. I've obviously got a reputation for being a PT, which is a good reputation of being a good coach, which helps me get clients kind of from the get-go, really, from when I went to JD. And I moved up quite quickly. I did quite well, quite fast. So I've ended up being in quite a lucky position, really, where I'm doing quite well.
That's praise for yourself, though, isn't it? About how you conduct yourself in the gym, how you conduct yourself in the classes, how you make the classes fun and motivating.
Yeah, I think that's half of it as well. Like,
we came to one of your classes prior to doing this, which, if you've not seen it, it'll be on our Instagram page anyway, and we put a little clip together. But we enjoyed it that much that what we then did is we put that session into one of our sessions in a week. We took it and we called it like the Mikey Moon session.
Because we had Deadly Strong coming up.
Yes, yeah.
We kind of tailored it.
We adapted it to what we needed it for, but we did it in the layout you had. And everyone enjoyed it, and like I say, we literally label it as the Mikey Moon session.
I think that's it as well. I think like the main thing, I think when you're doing PT, it's a little bit different. So like my training programs for my clients, they've got to be they're pretty regimented and they're pretty structured, because I'm a big believer of like doing the boring stuff over and over again will get you the best results. If your goal is to get stronger, you really need to be doing the same exercises all the time, in order to have a base where you're getting stronger at.
Yeah.
If you're going in and mixing it up too much, it's not gonna work. But the classes are for people to have fun. And yeah, everyone wants to get a little bit fitter, but
enjoy it while you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of doesn't really matter what you do in a class, as long as you kind of, are having fun with it and it's reasonably structured, no one's getting hurt, it's good.
I think that's more the way it's gone recently in the last few years in regards to like the gym and training. Is like you say, it was very much like, you're doing legs today, you're doing back, you're doing whatever it might be. Yeah. And you just went and did it. Whereas this hybrid training's coming now.
Yeah.
And you can actually enjoy it, and like you've just said, you can make the sessions exciting, enjoyable, working towards something rather than just I want you to go and do 20 bicep curls. Yeah. 3 lots of, do you know what I mean? You can adapt it now, change things up, and make people want to come and do it who wouldn't have necessarily thought about doing it previously.
Absolutely. I think the hybrid stuff's really good for that. I think the one thing that maybe it's lacking is, I think people get so caught up on doing we always say you get so caught up on doing high rocks all the time, you don't actually get any better at it.
Yeah.
And I think it's obviously depending on the person's goals, because I know, like I said, not everyone wants better at it. People just want to do it, and that's fine too. So for them, mixing it up's great. If you want to kind of
improve,
you're gonna have to embrace the fact that
you got to do the boring stuff,
and it's got to get harder as well.
Yeah, and you've got to kind of put some structure in it. So you are going to have to, maybe you are going to have to do squats every week, and you might not like it, but that might be the only way that we're going to get your legs stronger, or like things like that. And
but again, I think that's something that comes from the enjoyment side of it. It's
definitely.
You do a session with you come from a session, you go, do you know what, I actually like this.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, I want to get better at it, Mike, what do I need to do? Right,
exactly.
Now you've got to do a little bit of the boring stuff. It's a bit repetitive, it's a bit strenuous, but you will see improvement.
And that's it. And that's how like my client programs go usually. We have a block of like the basic exercises that I need them to cover.
Yeah.
And that's for like general strength, just like being able to play with the kids when they're older, picking the kids up, squatting to pick something up, like
the things you take for granted.
I don't train bodybuilders. I don't really train. I train a few people that compete, but the majority of my clients are like general population who just want to get a bit fitter.
Yeah. So
we kind of follow like very similar exercises each week. But then we have like the 15 minutes at the end where that's your bit of fun. That's your like circuit, for example, where you can kind of, it doesn't really matter what's in there. You just throw anything in there then, because that's the fun bit. You've done your bit that we need to do, your essential programming that we need to do.
Yeah.
We can have the fun at the end. And it's worked really well, and I've kind of followed that for a while now, and that's probably the thing that's getting my clients the best results, because they're still enjoying it while still doing the same exercises, which when I first started out as a PT, I didn't actually think that was possible to link the two, between doing like, I don't know, the same workout program for 12 weeks. That I'd have been like, oh, my client's going to get bored. But they don't get bored because progression's not boring. But then also like, because they have that bit at the end where it's a little bit of fun, where we go on the rower or do some box jumps or whatever. They like that bit as well. So
changing it up a little.
Yeah,
a little bit of metcon at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, always. So
if you remember JD Cleveland's and you've not been to a Mikey class,
get yourself there.
Yeah,
they are enjoyable. It's
maybe not enjoyable at the time, but afterwards, it's like
you will sweat, you will moan while you're there, and you go, do you know what? It was actually a really good session.
But like I say, you said the progression bit though. You do push people, you do bring extra weights out. If you see someone taking it easy in a class, give me more, or
and I think
try
it's
these
like
heavier weights.
But it's also giving people the option as well of doing that. So like, and the confidence, I think, more so. So I try and do it in a bit of a bantery way of like, oh, you can do more than that. But genuinely, I mean it. Like, you can do more, because sometimes people do play it safe in classes. And I think one thing I've found is people don't like to be, I don't want to say at the back of the class, but like, like the beginner almost. People don't like to be that. Some people don't like to be too advanced either.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people play with, like, they hide within themselves because they can do so much more than they are doing.
I think
and it's my job to get it out.
A lot of people don't give themselves enough credit as well as to what they can do. Like say they sit there and go, I can't do that. But then if you get it out of them, it's like, well, yeah, I can do that.
Exactly. And sometimes that's why like PTing's good, like one-to-one sessions, because you can, that person that's doing, I don't know, shoulder press with 6 kilo weights for the last 12 weeks, and you're like, you could probably do 8. Yeah. Immediately their first reaction is no, I can't. No. But it's because they're so comfortable at doing what they're doing, which is great as well, because if people are comfortable going to the gym, that's fine. But like, you can do a bit more, and it's just having that confidence then to do it. So that's kind of my job as class instructor and a PT, is to give them that belief that they can just pick a heavier weight up or do an extra set or do something.
But I do admit though, I don't train to the same intensity as when I do an event.
No.
I can't hit them same heights, because for instance, we when we did this Ultimate Athlete, ran a couple of sims, and you come off the sim and you're not aching the next day. But today we did it. We competed in it yesterday. And today we're in bits.
It looks
the intensity of it.
I was looking at it. I seen it on your stories this morning, and I was having a little look.
It was a real professional event, new event.
Yeah,
well
it was really good. It was
ran,
brilliant. Yeah, and I think it was one of. You sound like sort of put it down as in like, I think it was one of the lesser intense ones that we've competed in. There's not as much.
Well, it's a shorter one. It took what, 34 minutes to complete, so it's a shorter one.
The running's less, but at the same time, it's still a very intense.
I think there's a big gap though, because like we were just saying before, when we were kind of just having a chat before we came on here, and I think there's such a market for something that's completely the opposite to High Rocks. And I think what everyone's doing at the moment is they're creating events that are
very similar.
High Rock's like.
Yeah.
And I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's because High Rock's is doing so well, the demand's absolutely outweighing the supply. So
it's an incredible organisation.
Yeah, so as long as they can kind of
fantastic.
do something similar, they'll get the people, which is great. But
In case you're watching, we'll take a sponsor.
you kind of want to see something different where it's maybe not running, or like something maybe taking its place, where we could do, I don't know, even if it was just a straight shoot out of strength movements or a straight shoot out of stations, or just something like that, where it wasn't the same as High Rocks. I think when you go through them all, they are quite similar.
You were talking about doing an event once, weren't you?
I'd love to. I'd love to. Honestly, I would love to do one.
You did come up with a format, though, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, we had a little mess about and came up with a little bit of a format, and I think it was going to be like a straight sprint kind of one. So an erg straight into another station into something else, and it was literally just, there was no running in between. It was just a straight sprint, and it would be good, and it wouldn't be very time consuming, which would be cool. I don't know, maybe we'll play that next year. We'll see. We'll see if we can, once Carter's a little less clingy.
And then the final topic, I think, is we're on our way back. Diversity.
Yeah.
You mentioned if you posted, I can explain what diversity is all about and how you get involved.
So a lad called Nathan used to be a member of the gym. He's a really nice lad. He's a great lad, and he's a good dad as well. He created a business based on around dads, and the belief kind of was that maybe, like we spoke about before, like who's supporting dads in the first stages of being a dad. Yeah, being a dad, and navigating it. And there's a lot that comes into it as well. There's a lot of like finances, staying in shape, like work, life balance, happiness, all this sort of stuff that kind of gets swept under the rug when you're just solely focused on being like dad. I'm the fun dad, but then I'm also like the stressed dad. I'm also the upset dad, and I'm also this and that. But then you kind of end up being like, no, but you are the fun dad, so that comes first. You end up masking everything else with being fun. So he came up with this idea, and it's a brilliant, brilliant concept. It's a group of dads, and they all receive support from different avenues: financial help, happiness, mental health. I got brought on board to do a bit of fitness and stuff. Yeah, and it was incredible. And honestly, he's a great lad. He's got some great ideas. I can see it being really big, really, really big in the future.
Is he on socials and stuff like this as well?
He is, yeah. He's on socials now, so it's Dadversity.
We'll get them. We'll put them in the descriptions for you as well.
But yeah, he's been brilliant. So all good.
No, it sounds like something that's needed, but people don't think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a
lot of focus on women, rightly so.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of trauma, but like I say, it does impact dads as well.
Yeah, I think and I'm definitely, I never been one of those to be like, boo-hoo, the dads don't get any help either. Because I kind of think it is and should be like more about the mums, but that's not disputing that maybe like some dads are losing their way as well. And I think it's a big thing of like dads trying to help themselves or trying to help each other, and I think it can only be a good thing.
I think sometimes as well with dads more often, and I've definitely experienced it, so I don't mind talking about it, is your children and babies, especially when the babies, definitely spend more time with the mums. Yeah, that's just what happens. I found it hard to then try and win my kids over. And that sounds really stupid.
Yeah, you end up kind of competing, don't you?
It was like I'd go home after I'd been at work, but obviously everyone had been at home with the kids.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't want me. And that'd really get to me, but I'd get annoyed about it. And I'd be like, hang on, why don't they want me? And I know it's because they've been with Emma all day, and I get it. But they're the sort of things that dads just, we come home, we got annoyed, I had a shout at the kids. They didn't want me, and then you go out to work the next day again, and it's like, it's those sort of things that I think every dad experiences at some point, but they just leave it to themselves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just get on with it.
Having like a support network there for just dads that are going through it, dads that have been through it, and even people that are planning to be dads as well, that are going to go through it, because everyone does do it. I think it's just a great little concept and great idea.
No, it sounds spot on. Final one for you, Mikey. if people want a PT and they come to you, you got a 5-step method process. I don't know if you remember I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like the baby step one. So like
the 5 baby steps. How you conduct your PTs. And
the first thing that they need to do, and I mean, I spoke about this in a video the other day actually, is just go. And I know that's like really blasé for me to say.
Get there.
Yeah, because I'm obviously like, if people are intimidated by gyms, and I don't think they need to be, because they're not usually they're usually so much worse in your head than you've made it out normally. But I think just going is like the first thing, and it's going to be intimidating. If you think gyms are intimidating, you're going to think they're intimidating in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
So you might as well just rip the band-aid off and go. Once you've walked in the door, like, the first thing to do is like get comfortable with what you're doing. So like, get the exercises that you need to do, get comfortable at performing those exercises, and then once you're kind of comfortable at performing them, like then you'll be miles better, because you'll be so much more confident in there.
Yeah.
So get a plan, get comfortable performing the plan, and your confidence will go like through the roof, absolutely through the roof. Then it's like your nutrition kind of comes in then, so you kind of get a little bit more serious about everything then. So you start taking your nutrition a bit more seriously, and you start kind of looking at, you know, fueling your workouts better. Maybe not necessarily being in a calorie deficit all the time. Maybe like helping yourself perform better, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Taking care of your recovery. So outside of the gym, like what you're doing, you know, you're only in the gym for a very, very small amount of time. So what you're doing when you're not in there. And finally, it's just being consistent all the time. Just like doing 3 sessions a week, 52 weeks a year will bring you so much more results than doing like 6 sessions a week for 2 weeks.
Just like say,
So
turning up.
it's just that consistency bit as well. That's the main thing. Is like, just once you start going, just don't stop going, because eventually what it'll do is it'll become a habit where you'll start to feel weird if you don't go.
I always say it feels like a chore at the beginning, and once you start going, it's just routine.
Yeah, absolutely. And it becomes just like for me now, like going to the gym, it's like cleaning my teeth in the morning. I feel weird if I've not done it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I feel guilty.
You feel a bit odd if you've not done it, and that's like, and if you can make it a habit like that, then you'll be onto a winner. You'll be fine.
So I just want to remind you of a quote. I think it's quite a good one. And it's almost like the motivating factor. Like, why do you not go to the gym? I know it's easy said than done to say to people, why do you not go to the gym?
Is this a Mikey Moon quote?
Yeah, especially if...
Is it a Mikey Moon special?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably not. It's probably not.
You said, I think it's a fair point, there's 168 hours in a week. You say go work out like maybe 1 hour a week.
Yeah, I think
so when you work it out, it's only like 2% of your week.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
2% of your week is nothing.
And that's it. It's like, and even to be honest, it doesn't have to be an hour either. So it doesn't even have to be 3 hours. If you're at home, if you're like limited kit, you can do some press ups, you can do some squats, you can do some sit ups, there's something that you can do. You know, go for a walk or do whatever. I think the main thing is feeling like you don't have to do something, like you can enjoy it as well at the same time. So you can go and play a sport, play 5-a-side, play netball, do whatever you want. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're active enough. You'll be fine.
And the other quote you say, I mean, but I'm saying these because I think they're good.
Yeah, I
like it.
You are where your feet are.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That is the most important one. And I got that off Ollie March on, actually. It's like, be where your feet are all the time. So no matter when you're kind of starting out, just be where you are. Don't look forward too much. Don't look at what you need to do. Don't look at what other people are doing. Just be exactly where you are in that space. So if you can only go to the gym twice a week, go to the gym twice a week, and don't
makes sense.
Don't be comparative. Just be exactly where you are and focus on you. Basically.
But that's so hard in today's society, where social media is flooding everyone with
so difficult
PBs. And
we've said this a bit, haven't we? Recently? Yeah, you do it like we did it yesterday. We had a competition yesterday, and you go there and like you go, oh yeah, no, we'll be outside. We'll just do it as we do it. But then you get there and you see other people, and you go, right, let's stay in front of them.
Yeah, you can't
and straight away you've gone ahead of where you should have been.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's hindrance.
But then you look at it, you look at who came first, who came second, fitness coaches, fitness bloggers, and we're 9-to-5 workers, dads, trying to squeeze it all in, and you think, fair enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that would be like my my biggest bit of advice for anyone would be like start where you're at rather than starting like rather than waiting to start or doing something like that you can't do. Just start exactly where you are. So walk before you can run.
Yeah, someone came up to me and said, I'm starting my first hire out. What piece of advice would you do? I said, enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't put any time scale on it. Just go and enjoy it.
The thing is,
have fun.
The first thing to do is like, you got to post a time on the board first. So it doesn't matter
you've got to set a time.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can start going into the detail and seeing and doing different things. I feel like 10Ks are the same. Like, people go, oh, I want to be able to run my first 10K in this time, so I'm not gonna start until I can run it in this bit and get a bit fitter or whatever. And you're like, well, you need to just post the time. Post the time, and then
no one's going to criticize you for actually trying.
No, and the thing is, no one's
you're there. Like you say, you're out of bed, you're moving, you're trying something different.
And especially if it's an event that, like, maybe, like, I don't know, what 10% of the population do. Like marathons, like 1% of the population do marathons. Like, it's not going to matter what time you get in a marathon. The fact that you've gone that distance is pretty incredible anyway. So,
sweet. Think we covered everything?
You got quick fires?
Yeah. Go for it.
Running related.
Yeah, they're running related. But we know you were a good runner. We did a slow run today. I think we did.
Slow run. 5K, I think. What is over 5K?
It was 6, I think. 6
Yeah, we missed the first bit, didn't we? Remember to start your watches, people.
Yeah. First question. What you watch on?
So these are just quick fire ones. What's your favourite type of run? Short, long?
Long.
You like a long run?
How long is long?
I like a long one, yeah. So I run for time, so I'm a little bit different to most people.
Yeah.
I run for time. I love like an hour and a half. Perfect. No headphones.
Right, okay.
No nothing. Straight down the beach. Straight down the beach where I live.
You're getting near half marathon.
Yeah, straight down the beach near where I live. Down and back. About an hour and a half.
What, 45 minutes one way, 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just perfect. Like that first kind of 30 minutes for me is like going over my day pretty much, or like rumbling about something, and then after that kind of clears, my head's just clear for an hour. So yeah, hour and a half is quite my favourite.
What's your go-to running song?
Oh, I run without headphones.
Yeah,
I run without headphones.
You're not the first one to say that to me.
No, I know,
I run without headphones.
I don't, to be honest.
I find that I get like I get too excited. That's my problem.
The beat of the song gets you.
So I'm out the window. So I'm going, and about 2K in, I'm absolutely blogging out.
Fair enough. Winter or summer?
Summer. I hate the winter. Hate winter.
I don't think we've had a winter answer, have we?
No, I don't. No.
I hate winter. I would rather be too hot than too cold. Yeah. To be honest, I just can't go outside when it's raining. I just can't. I'm a very, very much a summer baby. I don't know if it's because I was born in August or because I lived in Texas for 2 years. I'm a summer kid.
Yeah. Morning or night?
I prefer it in the morning.
Yeah.
But I like it in the evening when I've eaten.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So when I've got a bit more food in me. So I always eat before I run anyway. Always eat before you run. Don't run fasted, anybody. That's always hot take. That's my always eat before you run.
Yeah, that can be an expression. Hot take. Don't run fasted.
Yeah. Don't run fasted. No, absolutely not.
So to what sort of limit though would you say? Like, if someone wanted to just quickly run a 5K in the morning, would you say you have
30 gram of carbs? I'd have 30 gram of carbs before I do anything. It's like a squares bar, basically. Yeah. A squares bar, or if you're not great at eating in the morning, a glass of orange juice will do the same thing. But like something basically that your body can run on, because if you're doing like fasted cardio and the idea is to kind of lose weight or lose fat, then yeah, fine, that's cool. But fasted cardio is quite a low intensity. If you're running at a decent intensity, you've got to eat first. Yeah, 30 grams of carbs.
That's what we do wrong.
Yeah, that's
30 grams of carbs, 35 to 40 minutes before you train.
I was just start buying loads of orange juice.
Yeah. Even if you train like 4 in the morning.
Even if you train in the gym. Orange juice would be all right. On the way to the gym, an orange juice would be
sound. I can do that. You've already told us your hot take, don't run fasted. Ultimate marathon destination.
Oh, do you know, I've seen the so I'm a bit of a psychopath really, so it's probably this one. The 7 marathons in 7 days, 7 continents. We've seen it, the World Race one.
That sounds
7 in 7 days. How do you travel though?
Well, it's a bit bougie. You like private jet everywhere. So it's like,
That's the reason I picked it.
it's like yeah, it's like I think it's like 36 grand to do it.
Oh,
but you do you do it in like South Africa, Dubai, Antarctica.
Gee, look at weather temperatures.
A few others, and it's just sick.
How do you pack for that?
Yeah, it looks sick. So I'd say that one, but realistically, I mean, if I was going to say realistically, I'd like to do South Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to do South Africa, yeah. I know there's one that you can kind of go through a reserve, which I think would be sick.
Yeah, that would sound pretty
It would be sick.
Running away from tigers and lions.
Yeah.
You have a great pace.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that one. Yeah, because the other one's probably a bit unrealistic, but that one's fine.
Brilliant.
Cool.
That's everything?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, boys.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's fun.